Bro, I swear to God, nobody goes back and forth more than Nick Fuentes. He is the king of going back, forth, okay? And this is a great example of it here. So at the moment, and you're going to see the clip, he basically disavows being a white supremacist. He's like, I'm not, well, maybe not. He said, I think he says white nationalist is what he disavows. So slightly different there, but he says, I don't even think of myself as a white nationalist anymore. And he basically goes after his own audience and calls them idiots and losers. And he's sick of their shit. We've seen him in the past go after his audience. But right now, it seems like more of a breaking point, if you will. So first, let's start with this one. Nick Fuentes watched the Super Bowl halftime show, wasn't offended by it, unlike all the other conservative douchebags who were, ginning up their fake outrage, like Megyn Kelly going full Karen mode and melting down and screaming over fucking nothing. So he was sort of put off by the fake outrage over that, right? And then he watched the TPUSA halftime show, and that's the thing that really put him over the edge into just being embarrassed of being a conservative. Watch this. Here we go.
We can't talk about it without also discussing the Kid Rock thing that was going on somewhere else. What the fuck was that? I mean, if that's the best we have to offer, honestly, I'm switching sides. If that's, seriously. They said, this is the all-American halftime show. God, family, and it's like, okay, if that's the all-American halftime show, I don't know, guys. We're losing them. We got to come up with something better because that was a tough watch. If it is a requirement to pretend to like that, to be like a patriot, like I can't do it. I'm just telling you up front. I'm going to be honest with you. Full disclosure, I can't do it. I think I'd rather kill myself than pretend to like that. So you're telling me we're at the Super Bowl party with the normies, with the hoes, with the chuds and the we're at the Super Bowl watch party. We're having our taquitos. We're having our wings, pizza, watching the big game. Everybody's having a good time. You're telling me we have to turn off the TV or we have to switch the input. We have to go to the Rumble app and watch some AI ad about like alternative medicine. And then we have to watch Kid Rock and this like generic country music. And we have to pretend to like this. We have to all be like, this is really good. She's really good. I'm not doing it. I can't do it. It sucks. And, not for nothing. Didn't we do this for the RNC? Isn't this just like our token celebrity? Didn't Kid Rock play the RNC? It's just like a freak show. It's like Amber Rose was there last year at the 2 years ago at the RNC.
Which, by the way, this is what the right does. If there's any celebrity who's left of center, who says some left of center shit, it's the Laura Ingraham classic, hey, shut up and dribble, LeBron. You said some political shit. Shut up and dribble, right? The second there's anybody right of center who's a celebrity, oh my God, they come themselves. Like, yes, we got one! Yes, we love you so much. Thank you for joining us. Ronald Reagan was a shitty actor. Donald Trump was a shitty reality star. So they berate the left for being in tight with celebrities. Y'all motherfuckers elected two celebrities. Both Ronald Reagan and Donald Trump. Okay? And then, that it's slim pickings, too, on the right these days in terms of their, they got, like, washed-up stars from the fucking mid-90s that they trot out, that they say, please, give us something that we can hold on to when it comes to support of us. And like Nick is saying, you got Kid Rock doing his thing. You got some country stars nobody ever fucking heard of doing their thing. What's the guy's name? I'm blanking on his name, but the dad of Angelina Jolie, who's also an actor. And he's just like, he's just cooked. That dude, straight barbecue chicken brain, bro. I forget dude's name, but he's a well-known actor. And they trot him out all the time, even though he's like 86. He doesn't know where the fuck he is. Clint Eastwood, they had Clint Eastwood in a monologue with a chair, acting like, oh, we sure own those libs, bro. No, it's a stupid, pathetic double standard. But by the way, I'm willing to make the agreement. You want to keep, hey, we'll keep the left-wing celebrities, get them out of the way. Right-wing celebrities, get them out of the way. Let's just do straight, serious man, political people, right? I'm willing to do that. But if we're going to open up the door to political people, then the right can't bitch when the left just has better, more well-known celebrities who like left-wing policies better. Like, you can't get mad. And that's the thing, is like, they're salty that we get like LeBron James, for example. They're salty about that because they have nobody to counter that, right? Like, again, who are they going to trot out? The fucking dude who played Hercules in 1997? Like, nobody gives a fuck about that guy.
And I'm watching the show. I actually watched it this afternoon, and I'm like, yeah, this is kind of like maybe a section of what we're about that is kind of going away, and maybe there's no bringing it back. I don't know. Is there anything kind of worth hanging on to there? It's kind of a rough thing.
All right, he's not done yet. Now he's going to start to berate his audience.
Even if you enjoyed it, I was hopeful you'd better articulate why a Latin halftime show celebrating their culture was unacceptable for an American sporting event as iconic as the Super Bowl.
I thought you were going to tell me something I already thought. I wanted to hear my opinion reinforced. The Super Bowl is in America. We speak English in America. Good point. Good point. I've heard this opinion 10,000 times this weekend, but I wanted to hear you say it harder. That's why I hate you. That's why I hate you people.
He really does. He really hates his own audience. In the same way that the I've Had It podcast ladies talk about how Trump is an old queen, that like in his heart of hearts, he just wishes he was like directing a Broadway show, right? Nick Fuentes, deep down, it's almost like a sad theater kid, right? Like he chose this other route and he's like, oh, I fucking hate all these people I'm in league with now. God damn it. God damn it. I want to be in fucking West Hollywood, in assless chaps, in a bar with people who actually think like I do. There's a tinge of that in here, isn't it?
I don't like ugly, stupid freaks. I don't like ugly, stupid freaks. Here's why I don't like you people. Because, so the Super Bowl halftime show's in Spanish. Stop the presses. Call the National Guard.
But I will say, though, Nick, you courted an audience of fucking white nationalists and white supremacists and people who like edgy shit about Hitler and like they're super far right. Did you expect them to like the halftime show in Spanish? Like that's where, like, I honestly, my take on it is your run-of-the-mill conservatives are faking their outrage. They don't actually care. They're just like the Daily Wire idiots don't actually care. They're just like, going through the motions of, oh yeah, we're outraged. They're outraged by every fucking halftime show every year. But that's what they're doing. But the actual white nationalists, like the actual racists, of which there are many in Nick Fuentes' audience, that's his whole fucking audience, right? Did you expect them to like that the whole thing was in Spanish? Of course they weren't going to fucking like it, right? But I guess from Nick's perspective, he goes, I'm not just going to give you the thing you expect me to say. Like, I don't want to just say the thing that you want me to say. I'm not your puppet. I'm not going to dance for you, right? Like, I guess that's what he's thinking. But like, Nick, of course your fucking audience hates the all-Spanish Super Bowl halftime show. They're all racist. That's like the point of your show.
Everybody is saying exactly the same thing. It should be in English. The fuck? The country speaks English. The song should be in English. And okay, so we've all heard that. We all sort of agree. Okay, we all kind of agree. We've all heard that. Everybody tune into the show because they want to hear me say it, though. We all sort of agree. We've all heard that. And you want to tune into the show to hear me say it? The show should be in English. I think the show's in Spanish. That's not English. The show should be in English. And why? Why do you want to... You want to get up on the coffee table? Yeah, the show should be in English. I mean, like, why? I don't know. It's just so low IQ. I have been doing this for long enough in my life that I'm just sick of, I'm just tired of it. I'm sick.
He just hates his audience so much.
Of it. You want me to get, so everybody could get up out of their recliner chair. You can get your fat ass up off the chair. Yeah. Whatever. Who gives a shit? Who gives a shit about any of it? All brought to you by beer and sports gambling. Here's your Goy Ball brought to you by gambling and Miller Lite. Goy Ball. Oh, my just scored a point. Brought to you by, what is the gambling site? Brought to you by Dave Portnoy and DraftKings. It should be in English. It's like, I mean, come on already. Come on already.
It is, though. I will say, it is sort of like if you guys tune into me and you're like, do the thing about how you hate billionaires and fascists and warmongers. And if I was like, no, I'm not going to do that just because that's what I believe and what I would say. I'm not. How dare. It's like, Nick, this is what you signed up for, homie. This is what you signed up for. When you were the edgy young guy saying like, actually Hitler's really cool. He's really fucking cool. Okay, he's really cool. This is what you signed up for. You signed up for a life of going, that should be in English. Why is it not in English? Like, you should need to know that. Of course you know that. You're smart enough to know that. But then finally, and this is probably my favorite one. Here we go. Here we go. This is where he really lays it on thick.
The halftime show was in Spanish and all the performers were brown people. The message was, this is what America looks like, a mosaic of Latin peoples. Clearly it was political. Clearly it was a middle finger to white people. Weird take. Are you even a white nationalist at this point?
Honestly, I don't feel like one anymore. I feel like, you know, do I want America to be a white country? Yes. I'm pro-white, but the movement has just been captured by losers and idiots. And I don't really, I'm kind of just done pandering. I fucking hate these people.
By the way, he says, no, I'm not a white nationalist, but do I want the country to be white? Yeah. This is what, so somebody super chatted into Kyle and Corn the other day, and he was a Nick Fuentes fan. And he basically said, like, stop saying that Nick wants to, like, mass deport all non-white people. That's a lie. You're lying about him. And what I said in response was like, bro, that's me being, like, really kind and steel manning his white nationalist position, right? Because, shit, he's praised Hitler. I could say he probably wants to gas chamber these motherfuckers or lock them up permanently. But I was being overly kind by saying he at the very least wants to deport all the non-white people. And then here he is. He goes, no, I don't think I'm a white nationalist anymore. But do I want this to be a white country? Yeah. Okay, well, what does that mean? What does it mean to, quote, be a white country? What does that mean? Are black and brown people allowed to stay, but they have to become official second-class citizens, like they don't get constitutional rights? Is that what it is? Or is it deporting those people? Or is it locking them up permanently just because of the color of their skin? I genuinely don't know. But none of it is good. But this is what his own audience is also confused, right? Like, which is why that person super chatted in and said the most confusing shit in the world. Like, don't say that about Nick. That's not true. Well, then what the fuck is true about Nick? Tell me what his actual fucking position is. Because when I listen to him, he'll give me one on Monday and a second one on Tuesday, a different one on Tuesday, right? So maybe it's all just like, it's all a show. It's all a grift. It's all like, he's playing a role. He's playing a character. And every now and then, the mask slips, and he has moments like this because you guys infuriate him so fucking much because you're such predictable dipshits that he has to do this.
When I look at what the movement has become, like the kind of impulses that have captured it, it's just kind of depressing. And I've always been forward thinking, and I've always been heterodox, and I've always been progressive in a way. And increasingly, I don't feel like I fit in with that anymore. You know, so no, I don't think I'm like you, because now it's turned into, it used to be the case that if you were against white genocide, if you're pro-white, if you're against immigration, like that is what it meant to be on our side. Now it's like you have to be a Republican culture warrior. I have to be spun up about the Super Bowl halftime show.
Nick, this is the logical endpoint of that mindset, right? Like, if you're against white genocide, which is bullshit and totally made up, but like, yeah, the logical endpoint of that is you will throw a fit and a tantrum over a halftime show in Spanish. Like, of course. How did you not know that?
It's just so low IQ. It's so low
True.
IQ. It's so
true. It is low IQ. That's for shit sure true.
Monotonous, so repetitive. You're screaming at the halftime show because it's in Spanish. Okay, I mean, am I supposed to do this performative outrage? Why?
That's what they want. That's definitely what they want.
I'm supposed to get up out of my seat. Who gives a fuck? You know? So I just don't. No, I don't think I fit in anymore because, you know, I'm telling you this. We've reached the high watermark of that stuff. I've been doing this for 10 years. I was into this before it was popular, before it was mainstream. And now it's filled with a bunch of complete fucking idiots. And it's really just turned into signaling that you're a part of an in-group.
It's always been filled with a bunch of idiots. Nick, come on, bro. You had to know all along. Granted, he got into this shit when he was like 14 or something like that. But you had to know it's not the brightest bulbs on the right. Right, dog? Right? I mean, fucking Donald Trump is he's the fucking standard bearer. The motherfucker he lies like he breathes, right? Just the most just constitutionally dishonest person ever. You had to know this was not, this has always been a low IQ movement. It always has been. He's starting to sound a lot more like Richard Hanania to me. Nick Fuentes is. For those of you who don't know, Richard Hanania was a white nationalist, was a far-right character, and now he's become this, like, he sort of, like, hates the right way more than he's almost like an elitist centrist Democrat now, where it's like he hates the right so much and thinks they're so low IQ that he just winds up somehow in league with Democrats. You know what I'm saying? And I think Richard Spencer went through a similar thing where, you know, this is a guy who, like, reads and learns and knows philosophy. And so when he looks at what's become of the right, he's like, I just want nothing to do with any of you because I think you're all the dumbest people in the country. And so in a weird horseshoe way, they come back around to the Democratic side, even though they probably still disagree with Democrats on like 60% of issues, right? And you kind of see it happening a little bit with Fuentes, but the difference is Fuentes, you know, I don't know, he seems like his peak is higher than any of those other guys right now, and he's sort of the standard bearer for the Trump-critical Republicans in a way, but the further right Trump-critical Republicans. But stuff like this, like, you have to know your audience is going to, of course, be upset at a halftime show in nothing but Spanish. Even though, by the way, Nick's audience is like black and Hispanic fascists. Like, I'm not even kidding. There was a poll on it. He polled like worst among white people. Hilarious, but let's keep going.
And we're all going to have the same take, and we're all going to have the same opinion, and we're all going to say the same thing, and we're all going to engage in this elaborate performance. I don't know who it's for, why. We're all going to perform outrage. We're all going to perform and do the same jokes, and we're all going to have the same...
To be fair, what he's saying here it's so spot on about Megyn Kelly. Because Megyn Kelly doesn't give a shit about the Bad Bunny thing. She may have even liked it, but she's just lying and pretending like she's outraged about it and yelling in Piers Morgan's face about it. And it is coming across as immensely insincere.
Talking points. And I don't know, it's no longer interesting to me. It's no longer interesting. It's not funny anymore. It's not edgy. It's really just become a drag. At one point, we were the trolls, and now we're the butthurt ones.
True.
There was a point in time when we were having fun, and we were laughing, and we were trolling, and we were making jokes, and now our side are the biggest butthurt of all time. You know, the far right has become the biggest butthurt ever. Everybody's mad all the time. You can't make jokes. Everyone's moral about everything, purity spiraling, and people are, at the end of the day, people don't even really have a vision for what the country should be. I mean, half the people complaining about the halftime show aren't even white nationalists. They don't even know what the fuck they are. They just have these grievances. They don't care if America... Do you think Megyn Kelly gives a shit if America's white or not? Megyn Kelly is bitching about it. Like, you think Megyn Kelly is based? Megyn Kelly's screaming, the Super Bowl should be unifying. It should be in English. You think Megyn Kelly's a white nationalist? She isn't. She's just pandering to, like, I don't know, this, like, really bitter, like, white resentment politics. And I've always said this. I want to imagine a better future. I'm actually a progressive. And this kind of, like, Oliver Anthony, Matt Walsh, like, knuckle-dragging, like, bitter ass face thing, we're all going to be grumpy and mad. I've never been on board with that. I've always seen it as defeatist and fucking pathetic and basically just this big loser mentality. So, yeah, you know, the halftime show was in Spanish. Oh, I didn't know that. You're telling me for the first time. It's like, okay. The message was America is full of Latin people. Well, you know, it is. So, I mean, are we going to, or do we live in reality?
Oh, the other white nationalists are going to have a field day with this because homie's last name is Fuentes. Isn't he like a quarter Mexican? So now, I guess you switch sides. This is what the other white nationalists are going to say.
The message is America's full of Mexicans. Okay, America is like a quarter Hispanic. So, like, I don't know, like, get real. It was clearly a middle finger to white people. You know, I didn't really feel like that at all. It's just that message wasn't really there. But you see what you want to see, and you can go on fucking Oliver Anthony Island and be, I don't know, seething about it. But yeah, this whole halftime show, all these various events over the past 6 months, it's just like, get me out of here. I'm a celebrity. Get me out of here.
Bro's having a midlife crisis at what, like 28, 29, however old he is. He's like, fuck, I picked the wrong side. Why'd I snuggle up to the right? These motherfuckers are insufferable. That's exactly right. That's exactly right, Nick. That's exactly right.
Hey y'all, do me a favor and like and subscribe. It helps out big time in the algorithm. Click the bell as well for notifications when videos drop, and watch that video on screen right now. You know you want to.